to review. So this this video will be one that will show you how to use any retailer or any retailer available through Swagbucks. I would start with Swagbucks to sell an item on eBay. Okay, so if we start here at Swagbucks, the reason we use this is we get the kickback here. We've got the bonus from Swagbucks. So if we come over here to Macy's, for example, they've got 4 Swagbucks per dollar that they pay us if we shop over there. So we spend $100, we get 400 Swagbucks. Well, we can redeem those Swagbucks for cash, and so it's just like adding to your profit, basically. Okay, and so we can sign up for that Swagbucks and use that to shop. So now I've gone from Swagbucks through their system over to Macy's, and now as I shop here, anything that I buy is going to, you know, I've got to make sure I buy it through Swagbucks, go through Swagbucks to buy it. But I'm going to come here to start looking for items to list as well. And it could be anything. I mean, we could go to the jewelry and watches section. We could go to the whatever's in season, like the back to school. You know, what they're advertising on their homepage should give you an indication of what items are being sold and what's popular right now. So, you know, the bedding and stuff for back to school, clothing, backpacks, all that kind of stuff, dorm related items and stuff are all popular items right now. So if we went in here and let's say we've got we're going to look at some of these jewelry items, and we could come into any of these items here and list it on eBay. So here we've got some where they're saying, you know, extra % off. We could come into this one right here, and these are some, you know, higher ticket items here as well. But we don't have to worry too much about that if we've got, you know, if we've got the in between. I mean, if we can get this for 500 and sell it for 700 and have that spread there, you know, it's worth doing. Now, of course, if we don't want to mess with higher end jewelry items or something, then we go back to one of these other categories, and we can choose any one of those to work with. You know, bed and bath area. Maybe we'll look at something here that's you know, maybe bedding collections. Again, one of those items that might be popular for back to school, people going out off to college and stuff, looking for bedding for their bedding sets. So here we have here's one right there, Tommy Hilfiger bedding, and it is on sale right now. All right, so $99.99 for that particular item. What have we got? Full queen duvet cover set. Okay, and so here's our item. We've got the title. We've got the description right there. The image is the big thing that we have to deal with. And every website is just a little bit different, but they'll generally have something like this for a larger view or a magnifying glass where we can get a bigger image, and then we can right-click and save image as. Okay. Now, not every website gives this option. Not every one of them will give you that save image as. So if we have it, that's great. We can save the image, choose where we're going to save it, and list our image or have our image saved in our folder. And I have a specific eBay folder I use. Now, incidentally, another tool that I use, you can see here I'm using Dropbox. Another tool that's real helpful is that Dropbox, because then I can save that, and it's basically one of those cloud storage options, and so then I can access it from anywhere. And so it's not just on my computer. If I decide to work on this while I'm off at a friend's house or visiting family or something like that, and I'm on a different computer, or maybe I'm at work, well, then I can go access my Dropbox from there just by going to Dropbox.com, and I have my files. And so that's something that I would encourage you to look at as well, is getting set up on Dropbox. And then you can create folders in there and save it, and then we've got the image. Okay? So Once we save that, then we know we've got the image that we need to upload to eBay. Now, if you don't have an easy option to save it from here, the next best thing is to take something like this. Take the title and do a search on Google for it, and actually do a image search. And so here we go. We've got these images of the product, different images, notice. And so we want to make sure that we've got the same products at least, but as long as we know it is the same product, we can find that image out there on Google. Now you want to click on this. You don't want to download that small one, because even though it's telling you it's 900 by 900 pixels, that's the original image. If we only right-click and download this image right here, we're only going to get that little thumbnail. And so we have to click on it. That brings us up to see this bigger image, and we can right-click here and save it if it's big enough there, or over here we can click on this View Original Image, and that gives us the largest version of the image, Save Image As, and then we save it here to our files. Again, making sure that we're in the right place with our file location. Okay, so that's how we save the image, and that's important to recognize that we need to get the largest version of the image. And then also come back to the site and let's double check to make sure that it is the same item, and it does look like it's the same item there, just a different view. Okay? So now we can come over to eBay to list that item, and again I would do a search for the title. We're going to have to get out of the listings I was looking at there. So we do a search for the title, and we can see that there are similar items listed, but not the same. Okay, so we want to change that up a little bit. Tommy Hilfiger bedding. Let's see, maybe we'll do, we'll get rid of this comma, Preppy iCat, comforter set. Okay, and so we'll get rid of all of that down to just the basic there and narrow it down a little bit. Now it's showing us 5 results related to our search. Now these are active listings. We're going to go over here to the left and click Completed Listings. Right down here under the Show Only section, Completed Listings. If you don't see it there and you don't see it up above the listings at the top here, then you can always go to Advanced and you'll have the option for Completed Listings under there. For some reason eBay likes to move it around. So here we can see it listed. We can see a couple of people have tried to sell at $159.99. One did sell in July at $109. We need to list it high enough that we have room for a profit. So another tool that we want to make sure we're always using is SaleCalc.com. And so we go pull open that SaleCalc, and in here we do the format. I would just recommend you always do fixed price, no insertion fee. In the selected category, which if it's not one of these main categories, which this particular one isn't, then we're just going to go to all other categories, which oftentimes will be the case. Okay, and that's just there because eBay's fees are a little bit different per category, and SaleCalc has that calculated that way. So once in here, we could put in a desired profit. We could say, you know, I'd like to make at least $20 profit on this. Cost to acquire, that's our $99 was the cost on the item. Now we want to leave a little room for taxes and stuff like that if there's a shipping cost, so maybe we'll put in $120 in there. And then if we do a buy it now of $157, instantly, once we've got those details in there, it starts calculating up here, and it can show us that if we sell it for $157, we'll have a profit of $16.45. To net $20, our selling price should be $161. When I'm putting my details in here, number one, I always calculate about 8% for our taxes, cost of taxes. With the shipping, you can usually go through the checkout at your retailer for shipping. So if we come in here, there's Macy's to pull open that item, and if we add this to cart and go to checkout, we can go far enough to estimate our shipping and know what our shipping is. Estimated shipping is free shipping every day of the year. Okay, well that's great. $99 or over, and it's free shipping. So we don't have a shipping cost. And so we know that we don't have to worry about that, but they're estimating our taxes at $6. So here it actually gives us a good estimate. Our cost is going to be about $106. And so we can go back over here and make that adjustment to $106. And look at that, our profit just went up. So if we sell it for $157, we're actually making more than we desired. Okay. Now the important thing to remember here is once we've got that, okay, now we've got this listing over here, we click Sell One Like This on eBay. And that brings us into a listing where we already have the category chosen. We have part of our title, but notice it's left 30 characters out. Well, we want to add more in there. We want to put more phrases in there. They didn't put the word bedding in there, for example. So we're going to put that in there. They've got comforter, but I believe this also had sheets. If it did, great, we'll do it. If it didn't, then we won't. We can put in our colors, red, white. Basically we just want to fill up and use every character we can. We've got 80 characters, use them all. The more we use, the better our placements in eBay when people are searching for the item, and the more people that are going to see our item. So always fill up that title. And we're going to leave the subtitle alone. Condition will be new with tags. If we can find the UPC, we'll put it in. Usually you can't. And then these item specifics, this is also searchable within eBay's search engine. And so we want to fill these out as well if we can. You know, use the /queen, use the brand name, use the room or any other details. You know, fill material, colors. We want to put all of that in there that we can, okay? And then when we get down here to the photos section, now you should always have this detailed listing service. If you don't, you'll have a link up here to click to do the advanced listing service, because eBay always tries to get you into that basic lister, which actually isn't very good. So we always want to be looking at a page that looks like this. But for the photo, we click on this, click to add photos. And then we'll get this little pop-up to select photos. We'll get to browse our computer files. And again, if we've got Dropbox attached to our computer or saved on our computer, we can just go in there and find our image that we just uploaded. And I normally will put a name to the image there so I can recognize the item. That might have been it. I don't know. No, that's not the one. So see, I usually put a name to it because you can't really see them very well there. Okay. And so you find the image, you upload it there, and upload multiple images if you have them available. Come in and create your description information, just like you would with anything. You know, we're going to put a big bold title in there. Bold that, center it so it looks real nice. Then we're going to put our details and then all of our shipping and payment details and everything that'll look the same. And then we just finish our listing. Now we're going to do it as a fixed price, or we could do it as an auction with the start price being higher than our cost. So the start price would be the $157 that we want to get. The duration, you can choose what you want for that, but then, it's just finish the listing. We go down and we complete the listing and everything, go through that. Once it's listed, we've got to remember to buy it, we're going to go back to our Swagbucks account. There we go. And we're going to go to shop here so that we get the bonus from Swagbucks. That way, you sell a $500 item. When you go out and buy it, you're getting equivalent of $15 or $20 from Swagbucks in addition to your profit. And so you're making quite a bit more using that Swagbucks when you do this strategy.